Wait for some people to get on in here. Shout out to everybody in YouTube land. We got one person in the building. Wonder who that could be. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. And don't forget to subscribe. All right? Subscribe now more than ever. Oh, okay. We got one person in here and now they just logged off. I wonder why. Shout out to everyone that's about to watch this video. Shout out to all the people in the live stream. Okay, we got a good 3 people in the building. We got a good 3 people in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to the 3 people. Hit the like button if you care. If not, that's cool. Shout out to everybody. Okay, down to 1 person. That's what it is. Nobody's watching. I'm cool with that too. Sooner or later, somebody's got to pop up. And if they don't, I'm all right with that. If no one wants to watch, I'm cool. Just out here by myself, usually like I am. Shout out to the 2 people in the chat. Peace of mind is priceless. Peace of mind is priceless. Shout out to the 2 people. Yo, we got 2 people in the chat, and I'm all right with that. Okay, 2 to 6. Shout out to the 6 people in the chat. Yo, Barry, what's going on, Barry? Do me a favor, hit that like button, brother. If you could put the thumbs up in the building, hit the like button for me, sir. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got a good 6 people in the chat. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is having a peaceful evening, somewhere nice, cozy, warm, okay? Something good to eat. And you're just enjoying your life. You're enjoying your day. You know, you're doing it the peaceful way. You know? That's how it should be done. You should choose peace. You know? Don't argue. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. Just choose peace. You know, you may let a little slip out. You know, you may make a few mistakes. You may do some things that are beneath you, say some things that are beneath you, but choose peace. And whatever that peace may be for you, it's best that you decide to choose peace. That's what it's all about. Having a peaceful time here on this planet. Choosing to have a peaceful existence. You don't get upset. All right, don't get mad. Choose peace. That's what it's all about. All right, you're gonna want to choose peace. Shout out to the 11 people in the building. All right, whoever you might be, hit that like button if you like what you see. Shout out to all the people in the chat. We just out here having a little nature live for as long as I can go live for. You know, I'm not sure how long that's gonna be, but just wanted to hop on here, spread some love. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Oh, we got 2 likes. Oh, 2 likes. We got 2 likes. Count them. Can you count them? Okay, we got 3. Shout out to the 3 people who hit that like button. What are you all up to? Hopefully you all are someplace nice, chilling and not illin', and enjoying yourself like you should be. No one is perfect. Nothing is perfect. But there are certain things that you can't compromise, and that's your peace. Peace is one of the most important things. If you don't have it, it's like nothing else is going to work out. And when you don't have peace in a situation, it's gonna go from bad to worse. All right, there has to be peace in a situation for certain people to want to be in it. People that are toxic, people that are trying to heal, people that are trying to get away from narcissistic personalities. It has to be a peaceful environment. All right. And once an environment loses its peace, it's not really going to be a positive environment anymore. It's going to be a hostile environment. And if anybody knows anything about a hostile environment, it's something that you don't want to stay in for very long. All right, hostile environments aren't productive, and they aren't good for your health, and they cause you to overstress. And it's a lot of stress that you don't want to endure. It's a lot of stress that you shouldn't have to endure, and you shouldn't go through it or voluntarily put yourself through it. Ronald Banks, I am in the woods chilling, sir. All right. Yes, that it's funny you asked that. It's funny you ask where I'm at, but I am out here. I am in nature, Ronald. Okay, I am in nature. All right. Shout out to you, big dog, Ronald Banks, R Banks. I'm in nature, homie, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Shout out to the 12 people in the chat. Half of y'all hit the like button, and me and the trees and the birds and the bees greatly appreciate it. You know, we greatly appreciate it. Okay, we got a good 10 people in here. I'll take 10. Shout out to the 10 people. All right. I'm somewhere safe. I'm somewhere safe. That's all that matters. I'm somewhere safe. I'm mentally sound. All right, and I'm ready for some. I'm ready for some spiritual growth. All right, I'm not sure how much growth that's going to be. All right, I'm not sure how much I'm going to grow in this season, but I'm sure it's a lot of dirt for sure. It's a lot of dirt. All right, but I'm sure it's going to cause me to grow into something big. Let me say that, okay? So let me say I'm not sure how much growth, but I'm positive it's going to be some growth indeed. Okay, Alex Fox, Alex, thank you for coming in with some positivity. I listen to your videos multiple times every day. That's awesome. You're truly an angel on earth. I needed to hear that right now, especially in this moment in time. I could definitely use some positive words. Stay blessed and pray your future has plenty of success. I will do that, Alex. Thank you, Alex Fox. Okay, Miss Fox. I will definitely pray for a positive future, and I will pray for plenty of success. All right, and I will definitely stay blessed. Thank you for that. That was much needed. Okay, I definitely needed that. Thank you, Alex. Shout out to the 12 people in the chat. Touch my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Yes, that's all I have to say about that. Yes, a true statement. Very, very true statement. All right, you definitely don't want to cause harm to people. All right, that's not a good thing. It's good to not cause harm to people, because that's an even better thing. All right, not causing harm to people is an amazing thing. It's a wonderful thing, and something everyone should definitely work towards doing. You definitely don't want to cause anyone any harm. Duffel bag G. Oh, you got your duffel bag too? Wonderful. Wonderful. Shout out to everybody with the duffel bag full of cash. All right. You're the chosen one, duffel bag GG. That's cool, man. Congratulations. You are amongst brethren, all right, and sistering. All right. As far as the ladies in the chat are concerned, okay. Shout out to you, duffel bag G. You are amongst your common man. All right, shout out to the chosen one, Duffel Bag G. I think I've seen you in the chat before, Duffel Bag G, but not for some time. I think if I'm correct, I think you were in my early lives. I'm not too sure, but I think you were in like my early lives, like the second or third, maybe the first. I'm not sure, but you were definitely there. That's the thing. That's the mindset you must have. Everything is going to get better. And I was having a character building day a couple days ago, and a gentleman who wasn't from this country, he was like, "You got to think positive." And I was like, "You know what?" I'm like, if somebody that's not from here can come here and do their thing, then it's possible for everybody else to be successful as well. It's possible for everybody to be successful as well. All right. As we continue to climb that ladder. All right. As we continue to climb that ladder and put in more work and less chit chatter. All right. Put in the work and less chit chatter, everyone. Speaking for myself, not everyone in the chat, but I'm speaking for me. I got, less chit chatter. All right. But man, you telling my whole life. Yo, Duffel Bag G, I appreciate that. It's good to know that there are others out there, and you're not alone. All right, you're not alone. Things are always working out for you. Summer Scott, yo, more positivity. I love it. You get out what you get back what you put out. I feel that I've been putting a lot of positivity out, and it's cool to officially get some back. Yo, Summer Scott, thank you, Summer Scott, thank you. What a very positive thing to say. Extremely positive. That's what you have to do. You have to think positive. All right. And God is my guide. 333. I know. I feel the angels encamped around and about. I feel my angels near. You know, and not them Constantine angels, but I feel Constantine. Whoa, that movie's something else, man. I feel my angels present, but not the Constantine angels. Shit, yo, don't get me in trouble, Sagittarius goddess. Don't get me in trouble. How are you? I hope you're okay. But don't get me in any trouble now. Finally caught your live. Thank you for your obedience to your calling. You definitely helped me. Jackie Hairston, thank you. I'm glad I do that. I'm glad I help you and all the other people. That's amazing. I'm glad my videos help. That is a blessing. If anything was gonna make my day better than it could be right now, that is it. That is it. That's it. All right. Shout out to you, Summer Scott. It's Abram Hicks' Law of Vibration. I believe I have that book. I haven't had a chance to crack it open, but now I have a feeling I think I have a feeling I'll be able to crack open a lot more books than usual. I have a feeling that I am about to crack open some books. I have a strong feeling. Why you say that? Don't get you in any trouble. Yo, Sagittarius goddess. It's an inside joke between me and myself, and you wouldn't know. And it's nothing against you, Sagittarius goddess. All you do is you haven't even sent me an email yet. All you do is watch and like and watch my videos, but it's just an inside joke between me and myself. You haven't got me in any trouble, won't get me in any trouble. That's funny you say. She said don't get you in any trouble. I feel that's the perfect response. I would say the same thing. She said God is love. Okay, I gotta go. That's what's up. God is my God. But Sagittarius goddess, I'm just teasing. You're not getting me in anything. Nobody's in anything. But shout out to you, Sagittarius goddess. You're a wonderful person. All our talking has been done in this chat. We haven't talked anywhere else. I don't know where else we would talk, but all I know you from is this YouTube chat. And shout out to you, Sagittarius goddess, for being a great, subscriber of mine. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's a certain book I'm about to open up too. That's what it's time, man. It's time to stay inside, stack up your bread, and read and just get ahead. That's what time it is. It's time to just probably best everybody. Everybody's going through some spiritual stuff right now. Everybody's going through some stuff right now. All right, spiritually, people are awakening, people are discovering themselves. It's a lot of information, being put out. People are being hit with information here and there. Everybody's listening to things, being told by something by someone. It's a lot of people waking up to a lot of information. So with that being said, it's probably time for people to just, get your healing on. Stay to yourself. If you're healing, not be around too many people. It might not be the most positive thing because you're working on you. You probably have a schedule, an agenda, something you have to keep going, and you may not have time for other people. But it may be difficult, to it may be difficult to deal with others right now because it's so much work that we have to individually put into ourselves. The great awakening. Oh, it's great. All right. Whoa. The great awakening is great. Sometimes it's a positive great. Sometimes it's a lot of great lessons to learn. But it is indeed great. All right. Sometimes it's some great lessons to learn. Sometimes the great part is the lesson part. Sometimes there's a lot of great lessons out there. To thyself be true. Hey, Summer Scott. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. Yo, a lot of energies going on at once. Exactly. That's the thing. It's a lot of energies going on at once. And you have to spend some time to yourself to become aware and heighten your senses so that way you don't get thrown off by everything that's being put out there. It has to be some type of balance. All right, at least some type of balance. Even if you're unbalanced, you have to have some balance. Because like if you're like David Goggins, he's like balance. He said screw balance, but even he has a balance. Even though he says f balance, you still have to have some type of balance. I agree. The struggle is real, but so is the success part. So is the success. The struggle is a part of it. You know, I may have overlooked the struggle part because it's like I don't want to be negative and I want to stay positive. But the struggle is real, but so are the lessons learned, so are the blessings, so is the money. Once you figure out how to get out your struggle, all right, once you can solve some problems, so is the money. The struggle is real, but so is the good life. You just have to find your way to it. You just have to get to that good life. It's very important that you get to that good life. Very important. One who is in the vortex is more powerful than millions who are not. I know that's right. I know that's right. Yeah, a long time is crucial. Yo, man, if like people don't understand that like when you're an introvert, some people don't understand that you have to spend most of your time to yourself alone or you're going to become a ugly person. Sometimes I see myself becoming ugly, and it's like, oh God, I gotta have some space. I gotta have some time to myself. But some people don't quite understand that. They don't quite get that, and it is what it is. But like when people don't get you, you have to get you. All right, and you have to do what's best for yourself. Um, you know, some people may not understand that you need time alone or you need time to yourself to read books so that way you can be balanced, so that way you can have a positive attitude. Like, yes, hermit mode. I get so overwhelmed. See, a lot of people are extroverts. Extroverts, they get charged up around people. There's people around. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Yo, hey, what's pop? You know what I'm saying? It's like when you look under a microscope. Extroverts are like amoebas. They're like, yo, what's popping? Okay, this body part, that cell, this organelle, that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, ho. But then you have the extroverts, then you have introverts where people are just like, they need to charge up. They need some time alone to where they could balance themselves, get back right with God, process their thoughts, monitor how they're feeling. It's always trippy to see the sun still up on the West Coast. That's not where I'm at, Charles. I wish I wish I was on the West Coast. Recuperate and be a better vessel. Yo, feel. That's all. That's all it is, man. You gotta recuperate. You gotta get back to a mental state of peace, man. If you can't have peace, then if you're no good to you, you're not going to be any good to those around you. And you gotta have that level of peace. You gotta have peace. And it's very conducive to a person's style, man, especially an introvert. But then you'll have, I mean, it's hard trying to explain yourself to people, and it's like, hey, I'm introvert, I need some time to myself to recuperate. To But then some people tend to think you don't want anything to do with them, and they think that you want to get away from them, or they think that you don't like them or you don't want to be around them. And it's like, it's not that. Some people are just built differently. Everyone is different. Some people, when they get around people, they talkative, they're real talkative. Some people, even when they get around people, some people are quiet. Some people don't say much. Some people can go a whole day without saying something. Everybody has I've always I don't know if it's just because I am this kind of person, but I've always seen people who they're like, yeah, they're like, he don't say too much. He's a good dude, but he don't say too much. Or she's real cool. That's just Stacy. She don't really say nothing, but she's good people. Not everybody has to open up their mouth. Not everybody has to talk. It's not that like people don't want to talk to you. It's just that sometimes people aren't in a mode to where they're talkative, or in a mode to where they want to be around people. And I think this is why I've had a lot of issues at jobs, because it's like, we let you into this job and we hired you, and you're not going to talk to us. You're not going to communicate or conversate, or you're not going to talk to us. Like, it's not that serious. Like, people are going through things. People are trying to process their reality. Some people are so smart. Not saying me, I could be, maybe not. Don't want to toot my own horn or make my ego big, but there are some people who actually, not to say they have something wrong with them, it's just that however their mind works, it's like they could see their own problems, and they are in the process of fixing it as well. It's like their mind is working as a computer. It's like, okay, I know what's wrong with me. I got to stay the hell away from everybody. I know I'm jacked up, but I need that time to correct my jacked upness. I know I'm screwed. I know it's a couple screws loose up here, but am I going to leave them loose, or am I going to find out how to tighten them? And once I find out how to tighten those screws, I need to tighten them. And if something is, hey, stop tightening those screws. No, I can't stop tightening myself. I know what's wrong with me. I have to fix it. Otherwise, I'll remain unproductive and stagnant or stuck. And I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to remain unproductive. I want to work on myself every day. I want to improve every day, even if it's more than a person should be working on themselves. I want to do that. That's what I want to do. I want to improve so much that all the problems and issues that I have can be controlled to a certain extent. I don't want to just sit around and be screwed up and just be like, man, I got some problems, y'all. Sheesh. I got these problems, don't you know? And I'm just sitting here with my problems. Like, that's not, how's that gonna help anybody? Feeling good is so good. Summer Scott, that comment right there is underestimated. Feeling good is so good. And so you have to know what it's going to take for you to feel good. I honestly think people just don't know. All the people walking around miserable and unhappy, it can't be that many people that just are choosing misery and choosing unhappy. I think a lot of people don't know what they want out of life. A lot of people don't know what direction they want to go in. A lot of people don't know, either where they're going or what they want, or if their situation is healthy for them or positive. Exactly. They take it personal. Yeah, unfortunately, people do take that personal when you need some time to yourself. All right, they take it personal, and it's not something that should be taken personal at all. All right, it's not that you're trying to go out and find somebody new. It's not that you don't want to talk to them. It's not that you're rude or you've changed or you're being a bad brother or sister or a terrible family member or a terrible person. you just enjoy your alone time. All right, people will probably call you crazy just because you enjoy spending time to yourself, educating yourself, and reading books. But it's like, or whatever you like to do. It's like nobody wants to do things they don't want to do. After a while of doing things you don't want to do, it's like you're going to be upset. You're going to feel some type of way. It's like when you try to communicate to someone and it's like they're either not able to understand you, or they're either just like not listening or not hearing you, then it gets difficult. And you know, it's just it just gets difficult. And it has to be a point to where you can find peace. And if you can't find peace, you're gonna have to make a decision that's going to eventually lead to that peace for you. Some thought I didn't like them just because I didn't say nothing to them, and it was nothing like that at jobs I worked. See, people get around certain people and they become entitled. It's like we have opened up this opportunity to you at this job, or we have opened up, this opportunity to you, and it's like people expect you to do everything like the way they want or how they want it to be done. Like, and it kind of like is it kind of disregards your life. It kind of disregards like the type of person that you are. It's like you understand that other people have lives, and you don't want to be selfish. But like, when does one draw the line when other people are being kind of selfish to them? And other people may not see it that way because they've opened up the door for you. They welcomed you in, they hired you, they helped you, they did this, they did that. But if a person ends up being harmful to you in a way that it stops a certain aspect of your life or part of your life, then things become difficult, and it becomes hard or not easy to deal with a person, because it's like, this part of my life is missing. And it's like when you have to deal with someone or something, or go to a place, and it like kind of disregards a part of your life, or makes you disregard a part of your life. It's like, how many times do I have to keep disregarding this part of my life every single day? And it just becomes overbearing and overwhelming. And it's like, you know what, I can't disregard this part of my life anymore. Like, no one's going to care for me. No one's going to take care of my life. No one's going to make sure I'm mentally okay. No one's going to be able to make me mentally okay. I know what's wrong. I have to fix that. I have to take time away to be able to even come back and be a good person around other people. Otherwise, the person that you're trying to, like, the person that is around you right now, you're not going to want to be around that person. But some people don't get it until it's too late. Wow, that person maybe needed a moment. Wow, that person maybe needed some time to themselves. Wow, that person maybe needed some space. But some people equate space to you don't love me. Some people equate space to you have to get away from me. You don't want anything to do with me. Some people equate space to I hate you, or I don't want to work here, or I'm tired of being your relative, or I'm tired of knowing you. Like, that's not what space is. People like, I know personally I'm not the center of anybody's universe, you know, and I know I'm not the major priority of anyone's life, and I wouldn't try to make myself the major priority of anyone's life. So whenever someone had to go off and take care of their life, or go mend to their life or their mental health, it's like, you kind of, it's healthy to allow people to go off and do that. But some people have to work on their self-love, because they're looking for someone to do something for them that they're supposed to be doing themselves. Like, there's a certain amount of energy that people are supposed to give you, and it's a certain amount of energy that everyone is supposed to keep to themselves for themselves. And once people start to tap into that, like, it's like, oh man, it's just like, you just it's no way for certain people that that person is going to be able to remain healthy mentally in a situation, environment, a job, any kind of thing like that. And she said, Summer Scott said, it's all good, baby, baby. It's all good, baby, baby. It's that wolf we choose to feed. Well, if it is a wolf we choose to feed, it's a lone wolf. How people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes people are treating you decent. It's just like there are certain misunderstandings, and it's like sometimes the situation is damn near perfect. It's just that, sometimes certain things are like deal breakers. It's like, I need to be able to I need to be able to have a routine. If a job interrupts your routine, you may not want to keep that job. You have this routine. You had this one job. It's like you worked at night. You woke up in the morning. You read. You went to the gym. You worked out. You went back, worked on some this, worked on some that, got this together, got that together, improved, fixed this, fixed that. And it's like once you have a routine or a way of doing things, and that gets interrupted, it's like, what, I'm going to try to find something else that will better fit my schedule. All right, I'm going to try to find something else that will work with me a little easier. All right, because it's like there's certain things that people need to do to take care of themselves and to work on themselves. Everyone should have a routine. Everyone should have some time to themselves. Everyone should have a space to themselves. And there are some situations that don't give you a space to yourself. There are some situations that don't give you any time to yourself. And it's like, if you're the type of person that needs that, it could be very difficult for you to stay in a situation like that, because peace of mind is priceless. Without it, you're lifeless. You need to have peace of mind. All right, peace of mind is one of the greatest things that anybody will ever have here on this entire planet. Peace of mind is everything. Sometimes it involves money, finances. Sometimes it involves solitude. All right, sometimes it involves from people. Gwendolyn. Hey, Drew, thank you for the message. Once again, it's all right to be out of the gossip, clique, and nonsense to have your own peace. Yes, it is, Gwendolyn. Yes, it is. I mean, you feel like when certain situations, when you leave and it feels like a 1,000 pound weight has been lifted off your shoulders, then that's a sign. Roy Jones, what up? Roy Jones in the building. Yo, Summer Scott, Lone Wolf Gang. You right about that. Lone Wolf Gang. And it's like creative people, you know, a lot of creative people spend time alone because they can get more done. And sometimes, like when you're working on something, or you have projects you want to do, or if you have something that you want to be in life, it brings you more peace to be by yourself, because you can get more done. When you're alone, when you're by yourself, you get more done. I'm one of those kinds of people that when I'm by myself, when I'm alone, I get more done. I get a lot done. I get so much done. And sometimes it's better to just, if you need to be alone so you can get things done. Sometimes you need to be alone because you're going to be able to get things done. Even peace of mind. Peace of mind just doesn't mean not doing anything or just chilling out in the woods. Sometimes you need peace of mind just within your own confound. Sometimes you need a peaceful place to go. All right. Sometimes you shouldn't have to go anywhere to get peace. Sometimes you should just be able to wake up and be like, peace. But you have to create that situation for yourself, and you can't blame other people. All right. And you have to create that situation for yourself. It may take some time, may take some years, however long it takes, may take you a couple months, may take you a month. All right. God may say, boom, blessing. And now everything is better. So but you still have to do your part. And peace of mind, it doesn't come easy, but the things that come easy usually end up being things that make your life hard sometimes. And things that come hard usually it like something that's worth working for, something that you earn. It does you a great good to possess it, to have it. You appreciate it. So sometimes peace of mind is also being able to work on things without interruption, being able to do what you need to do without being interrupted. And a lot of people call that selfish, but it's like, how is it not selfish to see someone trying to do something and get in their way or interrupt them or stop them or make it difficult for them to do what they're trying to do? It's like certain people, all they want to do is get ahead. So all they need is a space where they could be left alone and be unbothered. Like when people bless you with something, it's going to be no stress attached to it. No, when God blesses you with something, it's going to be no stress attached to it. So sometimes when people try to bless you and it seems like the perfect ideal situation, sometimes it could end up not working out that way if it's not from God. All right, it may have God written all over it, maybe Bibles all over the place. It may have Christ's name written on the front, but if of the building, if it's a stressful situation, it's not of God. God does not put you in stressful situations when He blesses you. A blessing is not going to be a stressing. All right, it's not going to work out that way. There may be some stress leading up to your blessing. It may be some stress because you have to run a business, or you may have to figure out what to do with some finances, or you may have to figure out where to go, where to move, once you get your bread right. But it's like, as far as like when you are stationed somewhere and it's supposed to be a blessing from God, there's not going to be no stress attached to it. It's going to be like the stresses of life. It's going to be, just because God blesses you with something doesn't mean, oh, my life is fixed, it's perfect. Like, nah, it doesn't mean that. But it means that things will be easier for you, and as far as what you need will be taken care of. Yes, it is good, absolutely. Sagittarius goddess get me in trouble. OTC, I love you, brother. You have taught you be talking to my soul. Stay strong, man. I know you going through a lot. OTC, Robbo, what's good? Yo, appreciate the support, fam. Yo, it's not easy, but it's not supposed to be. Once you accept your circumstances or your situation, you kind of are at a winning position, because it's like an arrow. It's like you get held back, you get pulled back, you get held back, you get pulled back, and then you're able to fly. Shout out to Neon Asim. Shout out to the homie Neon Asim. Always had that stuck in my mind. She gave me a shirt. I was supposed to take a picture with it. Ruined the shirt, of course. The day I was supposed to take the picture, was never able to do that. But I had that shirt. I appreciated it, and it turned into a good workout shirt. All right, I was doing a lot of workouts in the park, rocking my Arrow Neon Asim shirt. All right, because anything is possible. All right. So shout out to Neon Asim, because she taught me that when you pull a arrow back, when you pull the arrowhead back, and it's something that I already know, but I never looked at it that way. You know, Shout out to everybody. Yeah, they say you're selfish because you're not catering to them. Make it make sense. And I mean, it's difficult when you're in a situation where somebody's helping you, somebody's taking care of you, somebody is doing for you, and making sure that you're good for the most part. But it's like, you still have to have that time to yourself. But some people aren't going to understand that. Well, if I'm doing this for you and I'm helping you this way and I'm this, that, and the other, I understand how it could be viewed as selfish. It's like somebody pouring all this into you, and it's like you're not pouring anything into them. It's not that you're not pouring anything into them. You're in the process of pouring into yourself. People don't understand what it means to be an aid. People don't understand what it means to be a helpmeet. They don't understand what it means to help someone along with their process. Like, when you're helping someone, you're supposed to help them, not help them for them to, help, not to help them for them to basically give up all their time and energy to you. That's not what help is. Someone should not help you for you to have to give up all your time and energy to them. That becomes stressful, that becomes taxing, that becomes toxic, that becomes a situation that you don't end up wanting to be in, because it's like, when am I going to have the time for myself? When am I going to be able to put time into myself? And so you may even need a week from someone. You may need a couple days. You may need a week. You may even need longer than that. But people have to be willing to work with a person, and not a lot of people are willing to hold someone down during that time period. And I understand. That's why primarily I stay to myself. I stay single. I stay alone. I don't want to bring anybody through that. I understand that I'm gonna have to pour most of my time and energy into myself, and I don't have time for nobody else. I don't. And some people may view that as selfish, but in order for me to be successful, I even heard a woman say it. this woman was like, men are going to have to isolate and stay to themselves and be able to have to work on themselves and keep their energy to themselves, because if they don't, they're never going to become successful. And it's like what she said is true, and this stands for men and women. People have to keep their energy to themselves. All right, when you want to be successful, you should most likely stay single, because if the person isn't working towards the level of success, or if they're already successful, then if they're already set and already made it, they're going to be looking for you to have a good time and enjoy yourself and go out and do all this fun stuff. But it's like you don't have time for that. You're not there yet. You're not on their level. That they're out of your league. All right, there are some people that are just out of my league, and I have to accept that, because I need a certain level of peace, and I can't have a certain amount of peace if I'm not in a peaceful situation. It's not a peaceful situation if you're out of someone's league, but you're in their environment. That there's not going to be much peace in that. Someone's going to expect you to go out and want to have all this fun and do all these cool things, but it's like you have to have time to work on yourself, and it's probably more time than a person would like. And the amount of time you have to put into yourself, which would give you that peace that you're looking for, people are going to think you're selfish. But it is what it is. Would you rather give up your hopes and dreams to make somebody else happy, or would you rather just deal with life as it comes and focus on your own situation and create your own happiness? And sometimes, on the road to creating your own happiness, sometimes it may get slightly unhappy. Sometimes it may get, a little hard or a little rough, but it's all for the better. It's all going to make you better. It's all going to there you go. Y'all can see me a little better now. It's all going to work out better for you in the long run. Things may turn out a little bad at first, but things tend to go from worse to better. It's all about how you look at the situation. It's all about how you tend to look at things, how you tend to use your mind, um how you tend to take life. You're better off being in a peaceful environment. If you have to work on yourself, if you're healing, if you're working on yourself, you're better off just staying to yourself. And you have to be mature enough to turn people down, to turn situations down. It's like, if you're not ready, it's best that you don't put yourself into any situations that you're not ready for. So it's like, you may think you're mature, you may think you moved up in life because you know some things, but there's always room to improve. That's the one thing about life. It's like you get knocked down, your ego gets bruised, you realize you're not on it like you thought you were, but then you realize there's room for growth, and you can get back up and you can be like, yo, you know what, it may not be what I wanted it to be, or I may not be who I thought I was or where I thought I was at, but you know what, I'm still breathing, I'm still alive, I could still do something with this thing called life, my life. And that's what it should be about. It should be about you wanting to do something with your life. How is it selfish spending time to yourself? Um, yeah, I don't know. Sagittarius goddess, I don't know. Um, there's just some situations that I guess call for more energy than most, but it's some there are, and this happens to me all the time. All right, this is why I just stay to myself, and I really don't get involved with too many people, because of how they tend to operate. A lot of, like, sometimes people just want too much time from you, or maybe they require a lot of time as a person. And I'm not knocking anyone for the amount of time that they require. It's just that you may not be able to give that, and it is wrong for someone to not give someone the amount of love, or the amount of affection or time they desire, because everybody needs a certain amount of time and attention. But when it becomes like too much, it becomes overbearing, because it's like, how much can a person give? How much does a person have to give? How much how much does a person have to offer? How much does a person have to offer? Like everybody has to have time to put into themselves. It just becomes irritating because it's like when you're trying to work on yourself and you're in a situation that won't allow you to do that, you're not going to have peace. Days are going to go by. You're going to be upset and irritated. Like the way I use my mind and how I look at my day is like I need my whole day to myself, because I look at things like I wake up, boom. As soon as I wake up, pray, do this, do that, dedicate this amount of time to this, dedicate this amount of time to that. Like I'm a whole freak when it comes to my day and my mind and my time. And like I got it all worked out up here upstairs in my head. And anything that takes me away from that, it just it bothers the hell out of me. And on top of that, when it's like not being ready and inserting yourself in a situation is just hell, because if you're not there, if you can't do what you're supposed to do, if the person, how come you can't do this, how come you can't do that, why don't you know that, why don't you know, like if a person, if you're in your growth period or healing period or learning period or getting money period, just stay away and don't involve yourself with other people. All right, because it's going to become toxic and stressful for you, and it's not going to become positive. You may even become toxic, because it's like you're aware of what you need to be doing with your time, and it's like you're not using your time that way. So you might be around some ballers, you might be around some very powerful, influential people, you might be around some people who got it made. But if you don't have it made, and this person is like trying to involve you in their lifestyle, it may not work out, because it's like, yo, you have everything, but I don't have nothing. I need to do something so that way I can have something, because I don't like being around people who have stuff and I don't have anything. Even if they tell me what's yours is mine and all that stuff, I'm still unhappy because I need my own. Especially as a man, a man needs his own. And people, a lot of people may not get that or understand that or be able to grasp the concept. A man needs his own. And when a man doesn't have his own, he's going to be stressed. When a man is using what little bit he has left to entertain and to deign and to all these things, it's like, yo, this is like my blood, sweat, and tears right here. Like I don't have much, but it's like it's best to, you just have to, it's heartbreaking. It's very hard to remove yourself out of certain situations, but you have to look at your life. You have to examine how your life is going, how you want it to go, what you want to do with your life, so that way you can have more peace. And sometimes certain situations, they actually take your peace instead of grant you peace. you know um, that's why when a situation is from God, it's not going to be no stress attached to it. When a situation is from God, it's not going to be no stress attached to it. And people will play with you, and it's like they'll gaslight you about your peace. Like it's not a game. People will play games with you in your face, and like joke around about your life. And it's just like once it gets to that point, it's just like, yo, man, people are really playing games with my life. People are really playing games with my time. And it might be light, it might be, it's just weird, because it's like I've never been one to like do things for people and then feel some type of way about them in the same breath. If like I feel some type of way about you, I probably won't deal with you. And if I end up feeling some type of way about you, you're going to end up seeing it. We're not going to end up dealing with each other. And it's just going to be something that to where like it just doesn't work out. Like peace is priceless. Peace of mind is priceless. Like people need time. People need their energy. People need money. Like people need all their resources primarily for themselves. And it's like, depending on a person's situation, they may not understand that, um, like people, like if you want to be successful, it's best to just be to yourself, because it's like you're going to have to talk to the opposite sex. All right, there's going to be other people that you have to talk to. If you're a lady and you have a man and you want to be successful, there's going to be other men you have to talk to. you know if you're a man and you want to be successful, there's going to be women that you have to talk to. There's going to be people that you have to have discussions with, meetings, But it's like once people try to stop you from doing something and then they go to start and do it themselves, it becomes super toxic. And it's like you see all, it's like you have to leave that situation at that point, because it's like I see all the things you tried to stop me from doing, whether you admit to it or not. But then I see you trying to start up yours and get yours going and doing all the things you told me not to do. But on top of that, you doing it even worse. You going all out. You know, you told me not to do A and B, but you doing A plus B squared, C squared, D squared, E, Pythagorean theorem, law of gravity. You doing all a little bit of everything. But it's like you trying to put me in this little controlled box. No, you really have to. People may not know they're doing it. All right, people may not have ill intentions, but if something is happening and you're aware of it, and you have to either bring it to attention or at least bring it to your attention. Because it's like if you just sit there in a house that's on fire and somebody else is like, I'm chilling, it's like, yo, man, it's like, your neighbors, if your neighbor's house is on fire, if your house is on fire, your neighbor's not gonna not have a place to sleep at night. If your house is on fire, your neighbor's not going to not have a place to sleep at night. So everybody has to care about themselves first. Everybody has to put their own situation first. There's no amount of love. There's no amount of companionship. There's no amount of I could do for you that should stop you from, gaining peace and having the peace of taking care of yourself, taking care of your life, putting yourself first as far as your resources are concerned. Like there are certain situations to where like you'll put yourself in, and people will just leave you. You'll just be screwed, and it's like you'll be alone, you'll be out on your own, you'll have nothing, and somebody else will be chilling in their crib having a good time, enjoying their life, as they should, as they're supposed to. You're supposed to work towards things. But when someone has something and you see them with all this prosperity, and it's like you're trying to get yours, but they're like, hey, don't do that. Hey, you're spending too much time doing that. Hey, like that. That is hell for a person that has nothing, that's trying to get something. Just because someone has something, it doesn't mean you have something. People can say, well, you got theirs and they got all this and it's yours too. All that stuff is cool, but when things hit the fan and you're down to your last and you don't have nothing and you're on your own and you don't know what's coming from where, and you don't even know where you're gonna go, you don't have any place to go. It's like, man, like stop playing with a vessel. And it's like you see these things coming from a mile away, but it's like, you know what, you're a good person, you got a good heart, and you probably stayed in a bad situation that you should have got out of too long. You should have got out of a situation that you stayed in too long. Like once your peace of mind is compromised, leave immediately. Like once your peace is taken and is not there anymore, leave immediately. All right, peace is vital for your survival. All right, you have to have peace in terms of financial security. You have to have peace in terms of shelter, where you're going to stay, where you're going to lay your head at night. All right, you got to have peace in terms of, where you're going to go, what you're going to do for yourself, your life. And it's like people don't understand how selfish they really are. They have the nerve to call you selfish, but will leave you high and dry with nothing and not even care about it, and think it's cool, while they sit down and relax and sit on a sofa or a nice couch, or, they run them a nice bath and watch you suffer on a live stream. Yeah, how selfish is spending time to yourself? Apparently, it's very selfish. It's very selfish to want to pour into you and to make sure that you know how to live life. Wanting to learn, selfish. Reading to yourself, selfish. Studying, selfish. Working on your goals and dreams, oh, you real selfish. How dare you take your time and energy and work on yourself so that way I can't control you the way I want? How dare you? And then when you call it out and point it out, when you call it out and point it out, I'm gonna gaslight you on that and say that's not what I'm doing, when it is what I'm doing. You got me in trouble, Sagittarius goddess. Now I think why you saying that me getting you in trouble. I was like, what the hell did I do? Yo, Sagittarius goddess, I don't even know what you did. Besides being a great subscriber, I don't even know what you did. I don't have no email from you. Yeah, are we talking? Are we or are we not? I couldn't tell you because I don't know. Because the answer is no. Me and Sagittarius goddess don't know each other from a can of paint. If she saw me out in public, if I saw her out in public, I wouldn't know who the heck she was. She probably wouldn't even recognize me. If she see my head or something, or this big old ears I got, something. Priest brother tapping in from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yo, shout out to Minnesota. Ha 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 ha. I'm not sure how, yo, we are running out of battery, y'all. It's about to get real. Thank you all for joining us live. I'm gonna keep going for as long as I can. If anybody would like to send a donation, yo, you know what? Now's the time. Now is a great time for someone to. If you ever wanted to support my channel and you had your doubts, yeah, now is not the time to doubt. Now's not the time. If God puts it on your heart to support this channel, it would through and not through YouTube. Not no offense to YouTube, but if you could support my channel, all right, through not with a super chat, I'm talking about with a drooper chat. If you could hit up my Cash App or my PayPal, it would be greatly appreciated, especially before this phone dies. That's exciting. Why I'm single? Because I'm working on me. She said, being single is very exciting. Being single is very exciting. How do you feel with what? We gonna get to that one. That's exciting because I'm working on me. You gotta work on you. That's exactly why I'm single, because I'm working on me. It's good. It's good to stay single. Avoid all forced relationships. All right, avoid all forced situationships. Just anything forced. Where you say, I'm not feeling that, or it's not what I want to do. Don't go back on your word. If people try to force you, you got to remove yourself. That's not the situation for you. When you say, hey, that's not what I want, and the person's like, this is what you want, and it's just like avoid those situations. It's better to stay single and work on yourself, even if even if things aren't going to look so good. They'll get better with time. How do you deal with somebody's name is Wild Enemy? How do you deal with feeling like things won't improve after dealing with hardships? You just gotta stay strong, man. That energy that you feel when you're starting to get weak, you have to talk to that. You have to control that, and you have to focus on something different than what you're thinking. All right, because whatever you're thinking, when something happens to us, sometimes we tend to think like, oh man, it's not gonna this, it's not gonna that. It's what you're thinking that's doing that. Your thoughts are basically bringing you down, in a sense. Your thoughts are bringing you down. Devotion with a wife, mutual gain. If you could find a wife, all right. So if you could find a wife, it's a lot of people out here claiming that title, but they're just claiming the title part. All right, it's a lot more to being a wife than just holding the title, or just feeling that's what you are. Like people say, when God gives you a wife, but it actually has to be a wife. All right, I can't just put on a doctor and walk into some operating room and be like, God brought you a doctor, because that's what I'm calling myself. The reason why I always like your videos, because it speaks to me. God is using you to speak to people. I hope so. When I read your titles, I'm like speaking on the real. I hope so. I stayed in the situation for 16 years, cheating on me all this time, trying to make me worship people. Today has been a blessed day. You got to get out of those situations. You can't stay in a situation that's not good for you. You cannot stay in a situation that's not good for you. People will be crippling you. People will be destroying you and just not care. And they'll once you have nothing and all this and that, they'll send you on your way and be like, oh, well, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, it's like you're telling this person the whole time, I need to save money. I need to work on myself. But it's like, it comes a time where people are codependent, and people have their weaknesses, and people realize certain things about themselves. It has to be a time to where it's like, what, I have to stop being weak. I gotta strengthen up. I gotta man up. And when a situation ain't really what I need it to be, I have, like, regardless of who's gonna be hurt, who's gonna be sad, who's gonna be whatever, who's gonna cry, how many tears, whatever, you have to remove yourself from that situation. Because like, what at what detriment are you doing, like, or what good to you doing yourself by by doing good to someone else, or doing better than yourself? If you're doing better to someone else than you are yourself, that's foolishness. It's good to want to have other people in your life. It's good to want to be around other people. But if you're being better to that situation than you are to yourself, then you're pretty much putting yourself at a disadvantage, and it's going to end up making you upset over time. And when things don't work out, it's like, you know, you hopefully, you're not in a situation to where you've been pouring everything that you possibly could into a situation, and now it's like you're left with nothing. Now it's like you look back and you're like, man, I should have left when God told me to. I should have left when I had the chance. Bro, you spit nothing but truth. Haters. No relationship should be forced. The woman has to like you. Exactly. I mean, sometimes, and it's like, not from that standpoint, but it's like, not all people understand that you're not trying to be in a relationship. Not all people have to understand that, you're not trying to get with someone. And it's like, it's just difficult. It's weird. Yo, Shay Miracle, what's up? What's good? What's going on, Shay Miracle? What's the deal? But yeah, I wish I had more battery. I'm definitely going to I'm gonna try to see if I can find a place to charge my phone, y'all. Like I said, if anybody would like to send a donation, now is the time to do it. All right, if you would like to support this channel, now is the time. Shout out to Emily, shout out to Soko, Miko. All right, everybody who has joined this live stream, thank you. I'm not sure how long it's gonna go because my phone's about to die, and I have to go charge it. All right, so thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you everyone for stopping through, and it may not even put it up. It may not even put the live up because I'm not sure how that works once your phone dies or once it gets shut off. So I'm not sure how that works. But shout out to everyone in the Chiz app. We got 35 likes, 35 people watching. That's a positive thing. And I have a feeling that DruTube this channel is about to get even more positive. You are very tuned to the energy of Almighty God. Thank you, Soko. Your vids are on point. Glad I found your channel. Thank you, everyone. All right, but I just have a strange feeling. It's about to get more knowledgeable over here. It's about to get more blessed over here. It's about to be less stressed over here. All right, I have a feeling that God is about to bless each and every one of us. All right, with something very positive, something great, something that we need, something magnificent, something wonderful, something amazing. I truly do believe that, and I definitely have that feeling. Shay Miracle, you too. You stay blessed and take care. I will definitely do that. Shout out to you. Whatever time it is over there. Shay Miracle, holding it down. But yeah, yeah, things are about to get a lot more peaceful, a lot more positive, lot more better. We don't wish anyone bad or anything like that. That is useless. That's useless. Um, I'm a forever subscriber, gang. I want to see you win because I know exactly what you're going through. It's real, man. It's real, man. It's like all you want to do is win and be a man. And that they say they are, but until you actually go to, have to damn near have a face tat and 5 felons for somebody to respect it. I don't want to have 5 felons. I don't want to have a face tat. I don't want to get all dangerous just to get respect from someone. May God send you a good wife. To be honest, I'm not a one man woman. So whoever he does send me is going to be multiple women, and it's not going to be just one. It's not going to be just one. The day and age that we live in, I truly, honestly believe I have my certain feelings about, relations with females. And I just understand that, today a lot of women are more toxic, you know. Um, exactly. And you shouldn't have to. Yeah, you shouldn't have to. Um, a lot of females today are toxic. They want to they say they don't want to control you, but they do. They'll talk to numerous men and have numerous apps where they get messages from a whole bunch of men, and they'll try to make sure that you don't talk to anyone else. But it's like, why would you not want to talk to someone else when you're talking to all these men? And it's like, okay, I understand, you have your position and I have mine. But if you're going to talk to all these men and I'm just going to have to be here and deal with it, I'm going to remove myself, because there's no peace in that situation. Having to hear you talk about a whole bunch of men, having you compete with me over people who I've never even met. Have me compete with people I never even met. You trying to compete with people I never even met, but you want to have a Snapchat, you want to have an Instagram, you want to have a this, you want to have a that, and somebody is supposed to respect that. You call yourself a woman that a man is gonna want, a wife. And it's no disrespect, because everybody has their own level of growth, but it's like it's certain things that women do, and it's certain things that women don't do. It's certain things that a wife would do, and it's certain thing that a wife wouldn't do. Like the next females that I do talk to, they're not going to be on social media. The next females that I talk to, they're not going to be on social media. And if they do have an account, it's going to be a faceless account. It's going to be a faceless account where they just either, never show their face, or do hair and that's it, or, and the face ain't never shown. It's got to be some things that are saved for the man's eyes only. But a lot of women don't feel the need that they need to save themselves for their man's eyes. So it's like they'll put themselves all over the internet and do various amount of things and think they can still call themselves a wife, and think a man is going to have patience for that and be able to respect that and to deal with that. No man's going to do that. No man is going to want to work, even if a woman has everything to offer. She feeds him, clothes him, washes his clothes, helps him. A man's not going to want to deal with a female that is disrespecting him and thinking it's cute. Well, like, why would you put on something where you have to ask me, is this acceptable to wear out of the house? Whether it's acceptable or not. You shouldn't wear something. It's like women are playing with men's manhood. And it's like, once your manhood is played with, pause, to a certain extent, it's like, I'm good on that. It's like you can only play with someone, and you can only act like you don't see something for so long, until it's just like, yo, I'm tired of seeing this shit. I'm tired of seeing this shit. I'm tired of acting like put my pride to the side because you want to flirt on the internet with other men. Exactly. I'm looking for some heaven on earth, and I'm gonna create it for me. Damn it. It's like you're tired of hearing a female talk about all the men she's been with, or all the men. Like, I don't want no woman competing with me. All right. Of course, there are going to be females on this channel. There are men on this channel. I'm not dealing with, in any line of work I did, it was going to be either whether when music happens, or when business happens, or when whatever happens, it's going to be, it's not just men on the earth. I'm not just going to deal with just men. In Sagittarius goddess, I know all women not that way. I know that. That's why I said, when I find those wives, I know all women aren't like that. But the thing is, I have to work on myself and continue to put myself in a position of power, just for me, not to have power over anyone, not to control. Only person I want to control is Druuill. Only person I want to have control over is myself. That's it. And I know not all women are like that. I'm not talking about all women. There are some modern women that are like that. I know not all women, but there are some women that are. I'm not putting that on all women. I know better than that. China doll, what's good? But yeah, shout out to all the people in the chat. I definitely know better than than to categorize all women as that. But like, I do see that, there are some females that require a certain amount of time, and it's like there are men out here that they don't have that amount of time to give. Men need to work on themselves. Men need to get things done. And a man damn sure can't get anything done when he can't find any peace. It's like a woman could try to help you, a woman could try to do things for you, but it's like anybody could try to help you, anybody could do things for you. But if you aren't able to work, if you aren't able to focus, if you aren't able to concentrate, and then on top of that, it's like people are gaslighting you over that, and it's like playing games with it, and like talking about it in other walks of life. It's like you're trying to do something and you can't focus, and then you go out with someone and they're like, oh, well, I'm trying to focus, and it's like little stuff like that. It's like, yo, is this person playing with me? And it's like you can see when a person is playing with you. You can see when there are certain games being played. People usually don't admit it. People usually don't have the maturity to admit it. But it's like, how come if someone's not doing something, how come you keep noticing things and seeing things? You know, it's not that you're crazy, but people will try to call you crazy to try to get you to doubt yourself and try to get you to think you don't see what you saw. But it's like, once you see that, you know what, I'm going to have to leave this situation to get the optimum amount of peace, you shouldn't have to suffer. You shouldn't have to be irritated. You shouldn't have to be aggravated. There are certain things that you shouldn't have to deal with. There are certain things you shouldn't have to deal with, you know? And it's like all you want is some peace to yourself. All you want is some peace of mind. All you want to do is be able to read some book or watch some video without somebody trying to figure out what you're doing every 5 seconds. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, no man can logically process any kind of thought in that environment. You got a look on your face. Why you got this look on your face? You going somewhere? What are you doing? You looking at your phone? What are you looking at? Like, nobody can deal with that amount of stress. Nobody can deal with that amount of pressure and think it's cool. You gonna scare somebody off and have them run out in the woods somewhere. I feel everyone should have time to themselves to keep a balance. I do too, but I also feel that games should not be played on people, and people should not act like they're not doing what they're doing. You know, like people think they're slick, but it's like you're not slick, because if you know the nature of a person and you know how that person is going to act, and it's like you're just like it's only a matter of time before a lion goes and kills something and ends up with a bloody mouth. You can't expect a lion not to go kill something and hunt and end up with a bloody mouth. It's like, yo, this is a lion. Sooner or later, it's gonna get hungry. It's gonna go eat. If you know the nature of a person, and it's like, well, this is a whole person. Sooner or later, this person is gonna act human. It's like sooner or later, it's like it's just no point in trying to turn a blind eye to stuff and acting like you don't see it when you really do. And when a situation is not peaceful, when you're trying to make peace in the situation, when you're trying to find peace and it just ain't coming how it's usually, when the peace ain't hitting like it usually does when you're alone, you just gotta go. Sometimes you're more peaceful when you're by yourself. I'm the type of person, I get more done when I'm alone. I get more done when I'm by myself. I'll probably never, I probably won't even, like it is what it is. But like, when I get my situation and I'm straight and I have my house and I have my home, my women aren't even going to be there. They're not going to live in that house. That like, I plan on, I plan on doing what I do. They're going to be near me and dear to me. They're going to be near to me and dear to me, but they're not even going to live in the same place as me. Because it's no reason why a woman has to be around a man that much time. No man should have a woman up under him, around him 24/7. And I know a lot of people might not agree with that, but men need space. Men need time to themselves, and everybody needs space. All right, everybody needs time to themselves. But I am a man, so I'm speaking from my own experience. Like, women don't understand. A lot of women can't tell when they've given themselves too much to their man. It's like, yo, you've given that man too much of you. You need to give that man some space. You need to give that man, make that man a sandwich. And I'm not saying just go make him a sandwich. You could make him some soup. You could make him something you want to eat. You ain't got to make him none at all. What I'm saying is, tend to that man and do something for him, and just give him his space. Give him his time to himself, because he has to process the world. He has to process what he's going through. He has to process, what he wants to do with his life. He has to process if he even wants to be with your ass. You know, a woman is going to keep a man when she gives him when she can give him time to where she don't even know if he gonna stay with her or not. A woman is going to be able to keep a man when she's able to back up off him and just let that man just go do what he need to do. I don't know if this man's going to be with me or not. I don't know if he's going to stay with me or not, but I got to let him go be a man. But, that hasn't been taught. A lot of women have been done a disservice by their mothers, because their mothers have taught them and teach them to cling on their man, hold on that man's arm, don't let him go, suffocate that man, don't let that man breathe, don't let that man think, don't let that man even sneeze without you knowing about it. You come on, man. Like, no man in his right mind is gonna put himself through that. No man in his right mind is gonna put himself through that. Sometimes women make a man suffocate by sticking around too long. They do, man. And it's like, I know they don't mean bad. She's only trying to provide. She's only trying to give nurture. She's only trying to care. But it comes a point to where a woman has to listen to a man, because a woman don't know what the hell a man wants. Women don't even know what the hell they want. A man has to tell a woman what she wants. A man who's considered ugly can go pull one of the baddest women right now by telling that woman, you like me. No, I don't. You like me. A man who's considered ugly can go pull one of the baddest women right now just by telling her what she wants. Yep, a man needs space. That's why I give my friend space. That's why you are my Drew boo. Yo, Crystal, you got it. And now I don't have to feel stressed. I don't have to feel worried. I don't have to feel anxiety just from having a live stream. I don't know you, Crystal. I know you from my YouTube channel, but salute to you. My husband for 30 years needs space. Yo, exactly. Y'all been together for 30 years and he still needs space. Is that a good thing, or I don't understand what you mean? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? But I mean, men just need space, man. Men aren't like women. That's the thing that women don't understand. Like, women don't get that men aren't women. I don't know how they don't understand that, but men aren't that emotional. They may get in their emotions, but they ain't that emotional. They don't want to talk about every damn thing, and they can't be emotionally available. I mean, hey, a man needs a side woman. One is as bad as none. A man needs two women. One is as bad as none. A man needs two women. All right, a man might need more than one woman. A man should have more than one woman. That's the way it was supposed to be. And the thing is, it's like, women will be like, oh, well, you're not even in position to. You don't think I know that? Why do you think I need my time to myself? So that way I could build myself up into what I want. When a man is able to build himself into what he wants, there's peace. All right, a man might need him a side chick. A man might need him some concubines. Don't be around people who make you feel less than. Don't be around people who put you down. You're not enough. You can't do this. I'm gonna get him to do it. I'm gonna get them to do it. You can't do it. You can't do anything. Like, that is like, who's gonna stay? Who's gonna stick around that? Like, if you know somebody is not up to much except for what you see them doing, you a fool if you bring that person into your life and think they're gonna do more than that. You a fool if you think somebody's gonna do more than that. If I don't have the credentials and put on the clothes, or you think I'm a doctor, but I didn't go to school for being a doctor, why would you let me operate on you? That's like not knowing a person is a doctor, letting them cut you open, and you wake up mid-surgery and you're like, you ain't no doctor. No, really. Like, why get with someone that like, this is why sex is not that important. This is why sex is not that important. Why get with someone based off of how they look, just because of how they look? Or, like, if a person knows something, but that what they know can't help you in any kind of way, then why get with that person? Don't keep beating that person up. You can't do this. You can't do that. Leave that person alone. But sometimes you have to remove yourself from a situation like that, so that way you can get some peace. That way you can get some peace. And it's like, I know you need more than one, because when one gets all naggy and and gets in her feelings or whatever, you gotta leave her some time to chill and leave her alone and let her whine and complain, and then you could go off to the other one and have you some peace. Have one woman in one house, one woman in another house. When the one acts up and gets all weird and crazy, you go off to the other one. You don't break it off and never talk to the person again. People end up, doing things based off of how they feel right now, and don't listen and don't communicate, and then when it's all said and done and don't nobody want to be around each other no more, it's over with. It's over with. But I mean, that's good. You love him enough to let him go off and have a side woman. Any woman that wants a man all to herself, that's a selfish person. Any woman that wants a man all to herself and not allow that man to go out and soil his royal oats is a selfish person. And people may not like it, but it's the cold hard truth. There are a lot of men out here that got a wedding band or a ring on their finger, and it feels like a prison. They're free. They could go wherever they want. They could drive wherever they want, go out to eat, but that ring on their hand feel like a damn prison. They feel stuck. They feel trapped. They can't go live their life anymore. They can't go out and do what they're supposed to do, which is be a man. And don't no man want to feel like that. Even if he got to go through hell to get there. Don't no man want to feel like that. Well, you sweetheart, you're gonna have to accept it. You're gonna have to accept that he has another woman. You're gonna have to want him to have another woman. And that's the thing. A lot of women feel that way. A lot of women feel that way. That's a two-way street. A lot of women feel that way, and those are the women that I will not be with. A lot of women feel that's a two-way street, but that's a street that I will not be walking on. You won't see Druuill going down that street. And I mean, that's why today I won't take. It's certain people that I'll take serious, and it's certain people that I won't take serious. I will stay with the Lord. Hey, I don't blame you. There's nothing wrong there. But I mean, it says in the Bible, man, that a man is supposed to have more than one wife. And it is what it is. A lot of people think, oh, it's just for sex. Oh, it's just for this. It's for whatever a man wants it to be for. It's for a man. It's whatever a man wants it to be for. See, women go out and have their whole phase, and then just expect a man to just obey, take them for what they're worth, listen to everything they say, take them as this new, refined person. Like, women have a whole phase. Women go out and they sleep with whoever they want. But they want to control a man and not allow a man to do what he's supposed to do. Women will even be with you in a relationship and go out and be with other men. No, I'll run hoes. Yo, Kaylee, I know that's right. Kaylee Castro, I know that's right. No, I'll run hoes. See, and that's the thing. It's not looking at it like that, It's not, I mean, if you deal with hoes, I understand. What about the commandments? See, that's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't do adultery. I wouldn't be an adulterer. That's why I would be. I would have to have the situation set. However God wants it to be, that's how I'm going to do it. All right. However God wants it to be, that's how it's got to be done. But a man has to be able to be a man. There's nothing in place. God does not put anything in place for a man to stop being a man. A woman could get married. She's still a woman. She's able to dress however she wants, put on provocative clothing, have men look at her out in public, wear clothes that show off her figure. But a man's supposed to behave. He's not supposed to look at no other women. He's like, how do you want your man to not look at any other women, but you're out with him dressed provocatively to where your curves are shown off? That doesn't make sense. It makes sense. Yeah, exactly. I feel that women shouldn't cheat, and men don't cheat. Men do what men are supposed to do. Women call it cheating because they're in their feelings. But if a man is upfront and honest and like, yo, I'm going to deal with multiple women. That's how it's going to be. I'm going to be able to go out and do what I want and have a certain amount of women. And you either be with me or you don't. But you can't have no other man, because that brings STDs. A man should be smart enough and wise enough to go out and not go home and bring no STDs. You know, if you're not wearing protection, shame on you. If you're not talking to people and getting to know them and deal with them, it's not just about sex. You have to get to know people and talk to people and see what kind of person they are. You can't just meet someone and just, you know, just stick your body parts on them. You'll be missing, you'll be leaving a good man. But see, if he cheated on you and he didn't tell you he had another man, why nobody, I understand. But you have to be honest, and I'll be honest. I'll never get into no serious relationship. I'll never marry anyone and tell them that you're the only one, or I'm with you, or it's just us. Like I'll never tell nobody. I'll never tell nobody that. You know, I'll never tell nobody that. That's not a man of the Lord. Yeah, that's not a man of the Lord. Somebody that is going to be with someone and tell them you're the only one and lie, or someone that's going to get married and not stick to those vows. But the thing is, if you get married today, you pretty much, as a man, you shooting yourself in the foot. If you get married in this Western society, you lose all your power. You divorce, you lose half. You know, the women have control over when you're trying to raise your kids. That's why I don't want no kids. I don't want no kids. I don't want no wife. I don't want no girlfriend. I don't want none of that. Call it what you want. Say how you feel about it. You're this age and you have no kids. You're this age and you nothing. You're this age and that. And yeah. Once people start coming at you a certain way, it's just time to go, because it's like I'm not going to allow you to continue to disrespect me. And a lot of women are toxic, and they see the stage that a man is in, but they don't care, and they'll just keep that man around to feel better about themselves because they have someone to disrespect, and they know that they can kick that man to the curb. And that's why, you know, a lot of men shouldn't deal with certain women. You know, you shouldn't be in a situation to where you're living with a woman. You shouldn't be in a situation to where a woman has a certain amount of power over you. You shouldn't be in a situation to where, you know, a woman just is able to control your life. Three strands, one man, one woman, and the Lord. Not the right one. One lay child for support for my four kids and my eldest. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll probably, in the world and times that we live in today, it's either going to be someone that's not in this country if I choose to have any kids, and it's definitely going to be someone that will obey and do as I say. If you don't want to, it's my way or no way. You know, it's my way or no way. You can either be with me and do as I say, or you could not, and you can go the other way, or I'll go the other way. Somebody gonna go somewhere, because, you know, hey, it's certain things that just like it's just the way it's set up. Like, Western women don't understand peace. They don't understand a man's peace, and a lot of Western women, a lot of modern women destroy and sabotage relationships. You want somebody to be faithful. A man can't even put himself in the mind state to be the type of man that a woman wants, because how they conduct themselves. You will learn. Oh, it's nothing to learn. It's nothing to learn. I know everything. I'm not gonna learn anything. I'll learn if I stay in a toxic situation. I'll learn if I stay with a woman that's not doing me any good. I'll learn if I stay in a situation to where I'm screwing myself. I'm a lock to leave. That's why they hate me. What makes you so special to where a woman would want to share themselves or their lives with you? Gia, I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. I couldn't tell you that. If a woman wants to be with me and that's what she wants to do, then fine. And see, that's that attitude right there. That's why a lot of women are going to end up being by themselves. All right, because no man in today's modern world, where women are not virgins, is a man going to give himself up. A wife is a virgin. In the Bible, the word wife means virgin. If you have never had sex before and you are a woman and she's a virgin, you are able to be a wife. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, ladies. It's just I know a lot of ladies get in their feelings over these situations. I'm not in my feelings over this situation. I'm working towards finding some common ground. How old are you? Is YouTube your first job? Gia, are you able to have a conversation without being disrespectful? See, a lot of women get in their feelings and they get disrespectful because they feel these shots. Bop, 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 bop. They feel these shots. Women don't want to be wives anymore. They can't be wives. You can't be a wife. You're not a wife. You know, you're not a wife. They don't care about being legal slaves. See, that is why men today are going to have to stay to themselves because of this spirit and this attitude on this sister right here. And I have nothing against you, sister, but it's just women don't, because of the way the world is, and because God hasn't been, things aren't in order, all right, and God is not as present in the lives of his people as they should be. A lot of people aren't ready to accept, and I'm ready to accept. I need to stay to myself, stay away from people, build my life into what it needs to be. It's not about a woman being a slave. See, especially black women in the Western world, they view catering to their man or doing what their man tells them as a slave. You don't hear that from Caucasian women, the ones that aren't on that feminist power movement. You don't hear that from Caucasian women. You don't hear that from other groups of women that aren't on that feminist and feminist power trip movement stuff. You can't even tell me what makes you special. Why would I bother? A real woman in my channel can look at me and tell what makes me special. I don't have to tell you what makes me special.